Hello fans of Moshpit Passion, my name is Kayo, right next to me Roger from Agnostic front. We'll talk about the new record. It's out since November on Nuclear Blast, called Get Loud. And of course about the book and the movie The Godfathers of Hardcore.
Awesome.
But first, you are currently on tour. It's the second last date. How was the tour so far?
Tour is great, man. We're having a great time. We're on the Persistence tour. Feeling good, feeling energetic. The crowds are good, and I think we're having a really good audience participation and feedback. So we're happy.
Yeah. I guess in summer you will be back in Europe, and we'll also play more songs of the current record. In November you came also to Europe, but you played more from Victim in Pain because it was your debut record and you want to tribute that, I guess.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah, on this tour we're doing just about maybe 3 songs of the new record, but we're saving the rest of it for the rest of the year when we play more, because we have a short set on this tour, so we need to do what we have to do.
Okay. I want to talk about a couple of songs of the new record. For instance, Spray Painted Walls. I like the music video. Gallo's artwork are also in there. But do you remember from back in the golden age of hardcore times your favorite Spray Painted Walls in New York, or the artists?
No, man. That song in particular, a lot of the songs on Get Loud were actually songs based off my book. Yeah. So it's a lot of talking about songs on my book. And when I'm talking about Spray Painted Walls, it wasn't in reference to graffiti walls. It was in reference to a true incident where out-of-town bands are coming, playing, and being disrespectful to the New York City people. So we just wanted to warn them that, hey, remember where you are. Yeah. If you're gonna disrespect, you're gonna get the same back to you. Yeah. That's what the song's about. It really didn't have much to do with graffiti and stuff. And I think that's the video took it to that angle, which, and for the sake of Gallo, it's cool.
Yeah. Because I really like the style of it, and if I look old movies, you see in the back always the old New York. It was dirty, and I like that style, like in all Terminator, for instance. Yeah,
everything. Yeah, I mean it's a culture. It's part of New York past for sure too. Yeah. But you know, I was into hardcore and punk rock. I wasn't really into the graffiti thing. But there was it went hand in hand. There's a lot of graffiti artists. Mackie, I could think of off the top of my head, one for sure. Yeah. There was a lot.
Yeah. I really also like the song Attention of the new record, because the first view, I guess, is about the daily grind, and you wrote it from the band perspective, and then the second part you wrote it from the listener's perspective. You know, maybe to sorry, it was Get Out Loud. Sorry, it was not Attention. It was Get Out Loud. Get Out Loud was first about the daily grind, about the band perspective, and then the listener's perspective to, hey, if you want to change something, get up, get loud, do something. But do you remember your last get loud moment to do something, to change something?
I still think I do that all the time. I like to challenge myself. I like change. I think, you know, if you live in, I get easily bored of doing the same thing every day. I can't do that. I need excitement in my life. And I can't live on the same pattern. I need to do something. I need to challenge myself. I need to feel alive. Yeah. And some of these people, what I'm talking about, especially with Get Loud, is people that are in certain patterns, whether it's work related. Sometimes you're there because you need the job, and what are you gonna do? And you have to feed the family. I understand. Yeah. But you know, you have that moment where you're like, man, I just need a different change in my life. I want to do this, and I'm just pushing for people to get. You know, you can do that change. You can make it happen. You know, you just gotta be wanting to. Yeah. Of course, there's sacrifices with it, but your mind will be free and set free, and there's no price on that.
Yeah. And what I really liked is that the listener can connect to the song. Like I mentioned before, you change the perspective of it. And when it comes about to realness, there's another song that was what I talked about before, is Attention, because everybody is now hyped about how many followers you have, how many likes, and I think it completely changed hardcore, or infected hardcore at least, because back in the day also in the hip hop days, in the early years, it was about the 3 elements, about spraying, breakdancing, and rap music. And also, you had also rules: don't do drugs, don't drink alcohol, no girls. But it changed over the years, and it's becoming like, who has how many followers, likes, and it's getting ridiculous. You know?
Really is. I really do think it's ridiculous. I understand social media. I think it's got its pros and it definitely has its cons. But some people are so caught up in it, and it's everything. They need to talk about their life all the time, talk about everything all the time. And the reason that most of the people are really doing it is just to keep the likes, keep the attention, keep the oh, look how many people like me. Look, you know. I'm on social media, of course, but I do it because what I want to say, what I want to do, whatever. And if you like me, you like me. If you don't, well, that's okay. I have a beautiful, loving family at home, and they love me, so I'm okay.
But what I really hate is like that everybody with the internet has a voice, and he's pushing everybody's voice and opinion, and it's infecting bands. Like, I don't know, Agnostic Front. You know, you do a move, I don't know, I'm a photographer doing a picture, and you do a special move or something, it's got interpreted, and oh my god, he is doing that. It's completely childish, you know? It's
completely childish. You're completely right. And the internet is, it's you know, like I said, it's got its pros and cons. Control. I just gotta say this: if a band like the Sex Pistols were a band today, they'd be done tomorrow.
Definitely.
They wouldn't even sell one record by tomorrow. It's crazy. That's how different everything is with everything, and people jump on stuff and they attack you. I get it, but I don't let that bother me.
It's crazy. I want to talk about the artwork of your new record. It's the same designer who did Cause for Alarm.
Yes.
And I want to talk about some elements there. There's the devil and the dogs. What is the story behind? Because when Cause for Alarm came out, I don't know, it was 3 years old or something like that. And what is the story behind that artwork?
Well, Cause for Alarm, when we got Sean Tagg was awesome. He was a kid, one of us, you know. He was into the scene, always did flyers and stuff. And I said, hey, you want to do our album cover in 1985? And he says, yeah, I'd love to do it. And I said, do what you want. You know, like, give him free creativity. And he came up with the traditional classic Agnostic Front Cause for Alarm album sleeve, which was a classic, a hit.
Definitely.
And he went on, did other bands, of course. He also went on to do like Krachmuckers and Whiplash and all that stuff. But this one, I think, was not this particular one. Cause for Alarm was very iconic, very big for him. And when we came around to recording again this year, last year, we had some songs that kind of felt to me like on an edgy, on kind of, you know, I think our new record, Get Loud, kind of is a really good rounded record of who we are, and it hits all different elements of all our albums, which is really cool. And it was hitting some of those Cause for Alarm elements. I kept feeling it. I'm like, and I was in touch with Sean. I saw some artist stuff he had done. He had with those original characters from Cause for Alarm. I said, man, you know what? Maybe if we get Sean to do our new cover, and again, gave him all the creativity again, and he thought it'd be really cool to bring back those same characters. Now they're a little older, a little grown up, but still have that same rage, that same angst, and still have all that stuff they needed to say and do today. And that's the reintroduction of the Eliminator.
What I found interesting is you will release an EP in March, which is an action figure, 7-inch. Maybe you can give some details about that.
We re-recorded 2 songs from the Cause for Alarm era, The Eliminator and Toxic Shock. And we had done, Sean and us, Taggart had done a deal with Super 7 for the action figure, so it's really cool. So we recorded some of those songs. It came in a little package. Now we have the Eliminator as an actual real action figure, which people have been talking about for many years. It's finally true. It's finally real. It's definitely years, you know. And it's really cool, you know, like when I first got it, because I have the test ones, I was like, wow, this is pretty cool.
Definitely, not every band has a figure. You know, I saw Gorilla Biscuits is selling one at the Merch with you also.
But that character is so iconic, it's great to see him as an actual figure. And of course, Sean did the artwork for that 7-inch, which is our banner, which is our stage stuff. he did the one for the Bridge 9-1. You know, we've been having him do some stuff for us, which is cool.
It's crazy, man. Nice. Yeah, I want to come to your book, like you mentioned before, some lyrics based also on the lyrics from that record, and your movie is also very hyped in the scene. I liked it very much. But can you also imagine to do some kind of movie and documentary about your own book? Like give it to film students and say, hey, let's do some kind of documentary like Godfathers of Hardcore, or like an own movie, like the Queen movie, for instance, which it did. Is it something you can imagine with your book, with your story?
I could. I mean, I could imagine it with, you know, I think my story is very unique. It's very, it's a humanitarian story. It's a story, it's a struggle of you know, going from one country to another country, not knowing how to speak the language, getting in, you know, living in certain conditions, and then getting up and out of it. I mean, I would love it. If it's a movie, I'd love to see it, of course. Right now we have the Godfathers of Hardcore, which works with the book. If you look at the Godfathers of Hardcore, you read my book, you see there's ties in there.
Definitely.
But of course, you also have Vinny. You know, and then how we collaborate together work. But the cool thing about the Godfathers of Hardcore is that it's beyond about Agnostic Front. It's another humanitarian movie about the scene, about, you know, dedication, passion, and people now understand what it's all about. You know.
What? Or maybe. I don't know if I remember it correct, if there are pictures from your time in the apartment X in there when you lived, and I saw you have how do you say, host here, I don't know the word, you have a rat. Yeah, this for instance, to see this on, you know, in a movie or on a picture or something like that is something so surreal, you know, for someone who is living in a regular, how do you say, childhood growing up, no? But not like what you saw and what you did. It's like completely, you read it, no? And I have some pictures in mind, but to see really footage of that is something a different layer.
And it was really cool to see real footage of it in the movie. Old footage.
Yeah, the old one, the A7.
It's really, really cool.
Yeah.
And a lot of that's all in my collection. I've had that, so it's cool to see it all.
I saw you have some kind of treasure where everything is in there.
That's one treasure. I have a lot of treasures.
Yeah. Could you maybe imagine to do some kind of book of your treasures?
That's what I've been doing. I've been right now slowly working on. I kept a diary of my very first tour. Diary. So I'm doing like working on a book with basically memorabilia, early AF stuff, the diary, parts of the diary, flyers, pictures, so you could kind of read the story and kind of follow us on the tour and see some cool shit. So that's what I've been working on.
Nice. So we have maybe some kind of release date in your mind, or is it something?
Yeah, because I'm working with my buddy who's a phenomenal photographer, and I wanted to give some really beautiful photography of this stuff. Nice. And it's different in the book. The book is the hardest thing I ever did. And it's kind of relieving because it's cool when I go through all my stuff and I'm like, wow, look at this, look at that. So it's really cool. Hope people like it as much as I do.
I hope you will also collaborate again with Cortex Record in Berlin. They're always doing nice stuff. For example, this Cortex vinyl edition and Victim in Pain was also limited to 50 copies or something last year. Well, 80, it's amazing, you know. And I was like, yeah, I want also a copy, but it was just for the people who went into the venue or something like that.
Into the record store, and then there was others for the venue. We always collaborate with Cortex. There's two record stores we mostly collaborate with all the time. Cortex being one in Europe, and in America, Generation Records in New York City. So we like to treat them a little special.
Nice. So yeah, I see our time is running out. There's one question left, because our magazine is called Moshpit Passion. Do we have a personal, crazy, funny moshpit story you want to tell?
Oof.
I don't know, maybe how you want to really...
I mean, if it wasn't for me being in a mosh pit, I would have never been in Agnostic Front, because that's how they pick people, who was dancing or whatever. And I remember it was an Angry Simone show, pretty much, at Grey Gildersleeves, and I was just going crazy, blah, blah, blah. That's when I was approached by Adam and then by Rabies. Hey, you want to sing in my band? But what, you know, I was a bass player. I don't know if I could do this. They just want moshers. So yeah, moshing is something I've always done and I love.
So yeah, thank you very much for your time, for the interview. For our viewers out there, the new record is out now on Nuclear Blast. Go out, check it out. Also the movie and the book. Thank you very much for watching. Support Agnostic Front also on social media. Subscribe our YouTube channel. Thank you very much, and bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.